Brainstorming and sharing ideas is the funnest part of the creative process. We decided to skip the boring part of actually making stuff and just do the fun part. I'm your host, Tom Walma,
I'm Rishabh here.
I'm Norman.
and this is Creativity Wasted.
All right, so you know how I don't know if this is even true, but when you're young, they say coffee stunts your growth. Have
Oh,
you
I
guys
didn't
ever
know
heard
that.
that? Okay, maybe that was just what my mom told me because I always wanted to drink her coffee. But what if we could do that to the lawn? You don't kill it, but just stop it from growing so fast, Like hairspray or something. Just stay right there.
Yeah,
I didn't
That
think
is
too
a
deep
good
on this.
idea in not with the coffee, but in with there's got to be something that could slow the growth of a lawn without killing it. I mean, yeah, that's an interesting thought that I never really
when it
considered.
snows, when it's cold outside, that kills the grass. So what if something's
Yeah,
just as cold that it would just keep it not from growing taller?
the only thing with cold though is it might make it so it kills it at the root and then it makes your grass yellow. It would have to be the right temperature. And then how often would you have to apply it? That could be a lane of it though, of a freezing type of.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, like
one
the
idea.
sprinkler could just use super cold water.
Yeah, like some dry ice or something, like some form of liquidized dry ice. Just
Hmm.
actually, doesn't dry ice do the counter effect? Isn't that hot? I forgot how dry. No, dry ice is extremely cold, right?
Yeah, it's cold.
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Yes. I think it's liquid nitrogen.
there
But
we
yeah,
go.
yeah, that doesn't do anything to the thing. Um, what if it's just coffee? What if we have to use coffee for
That
grass?
Maybe
would be
we
hilarious. Just sprinkle some coffee grounds out like fertilizer or something.
Yeah, people are buying truckloads of folders, just
Yeah,
dump on their lawn.
or
hey, it would
something that's like
recycle.
I don't know if coffee is an acid or a base, but
I would say
something that's
acidic, definitely acidic, right?
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I don't drink coffee, but I always thought well it's like bitter usually. Is that acid or base?
I'm
Like I wasn't sure
I don't know
not
if
sure
you
which
go
side though.
by
if that's
bitter.
even the same scale.
Is coffee acidic? Coffee is acidic, yes.
Maybe something that like a clear coat paint like that or glue adhesive that like sticks to the grass
Yeah, just
and it like so it can't because the grass needs to breathe, right? Like it like
true.
air. Like maybe it can't breathe as much through like some film adhe or like
But then it needs water too. It won't be able to absorb the rainwater unless it catches it from the sidewalk or something.
or the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you could
They do have some stuff though where you can sprinkle it in your lawn and it won't kill your lawn, but it will kill the weeds in your lawn.
There's stuff like that out there.
Yeah. So it's it might be possible. I mean, I don't have the chemistry knowledge to make it happen, but it might be something to it.
How did you come up with the idea? Were you looking at your grass and being like, "Fuck, I wish this didn't, die
I
or something."
li- I literally pulled in my driveway today and I'm like, all these ideas I have for this podcast sucks. And I saw the rain and I was just like, and I got to cut grass soon now too. I miss the cold. And I was like, there we go. Something that makes me not have to cut the grass. If anybody wants this idea, take it. Just give me a free sample.
I'm not really that competent in biology, but like trees, they grow from the top, right? So if
Hmm,
there's like a branch that you could climb on, it doesn't get higher off the ground as the tree gets taller. The tree grows from the top,
true.
right?
Oh yeah.
So would the grass also grow from the top?
I have no idea.
Maybe you could like plug the top somehow. Like maybe the lawnmower when it cuts it, it leaves something like the lawnmower blade has some goo on it that like gets on the very tippy top of the grass.
Yeah.
I don't know if grass grows from the top. If all plants tend to grow from the top.
I feel like grass is probably a bottom grower. Could be wrong.
I think it probably varies. There's so much weird variability in trees and plants and how they spread their seeds and mate, and it's all over the place.
Yeah, you're looking for something that's nutritional enough to keep it alive, but yet manipulative enough to not let it grow anymore. That kind of a chemical. Like, I'm trying to think of other things. Is there anything else where we purposefully like stop something from growing?
Well, you can stop mentally disabled people from getting big, so their caretakers don't get beat to death by them. Like they can stop them at like middle school size,
That's a
so they
wild
don't
Is
murder
that
move.
a
their
thing?
parents.
Is that actually a thing?
I think so. It might not be in favor legally, but I know at one point it was a thing.
Dang, maybe like a hormone blocker or something that just
Yeah.
stops them from fully developing. Damn,
I think there's ones too that keep them short and small,
that's
but don't
insane.
necessarily prevent puberty.
What
They're
if your
applying
product
this for the
actually,
wrong things.
what if you actually design a product based on that philosophy, and then in the press conference they're like, "So how'd you come up with the idea?"
Yeah,
That'd be funny.
Yeah. My brother's mentally disabled, and we kept him 5'2", so he wouldn't kill our dad.
yeah.
And then I thought, well, let's do that to the grass.
I created this from the help of schizophrenia. Not me, but
Here's an
that was the
idea:
inspiration.
a ground moisture sucker outer. So maybe, well, I don't think this would be perfect. I mean, obviously, if you suck too much moisture out of the ground, the grass will turn brown.
Yeah.
But if there's a lot of moisture, enough, then it can grow faster. So if you sucked a medium amount of water out of the ground, it would probably still grow, but you might need to cut it every 3 weeks instead of every week, you know?
Yeah, even if it like slowed it down, that would be cool. The opposite, I feel like the cold would work, but I feel like maybe going a little hot would work too. Because on those like real hot stretches in the summertime, the grass doesn't grow that fast at all. Like you might go a month without cutting grass if it's like 100 degrees the whole time, or like,
Well,
give or
that could be
take.
tied to the moisture too, though.
True, right? Yeah,
I don't know if
Yeah.
it is or not. I think making it hot or cold would be super expensive
yeah,
and
Yeah.
complicated. I think sucking the moisture out would be pretty easy. Like every 5 feet, you've got a little suctiony straw that's built underground, and they all connect to some master pump thing. Yeah, I don't know if you could, like how far could you suck the moisture if you stuck like how many feet in the away from the sucking straw could it work?
I wonder if you like fuck too much with the ground, and if that ground's connected to, let's say, a garage or your basement, and then you start seeing cracks in your garage. Like, what if it just like starts fucking with the building around the, you know,
Sinkhole.
yeah,
that would be, yeah. You're gonna need like a shell company.
yeah, and all you wanted was not to mow the lawn, and here you are. Your
Yeah,
house falling apart.
yeah,
Yeah, coffee probably wouldn't work. It might stain the
yeah.
grass too.
Yeah,
Um,
really, that's a wives' tale on even humans. I don't think that's real, but just the element of it, and then applying that to the grass.
you could try just like create like 20 different strips like drawn out in the grass, like with like football like lines in the grass, and then in this one try throwing coffee in and see what happens. This one try throwing soda in, see what happens. This one try like green tea because it's not going to stain the grass a different color.
It's like when they like poke you in the back to see what you're allergic to, and they got it
Yeah,
all like checkerboarded. Yeah,
just start trying shit in the lawn, like maybe in the backyard where you can't see it from the street and get judged for having a weird ass lawn.
Yeah,
Maybe something would work.
you might end up doing more work than just mowing the lawn itself, and yeah, but
Yeah, I think that's a good thing where it's like guess and check rather than like spend forever trying to research stuff. Or thinking, is there like some weed that's like smaller than the grass? Like a little, like if the grass is supposed to be about this tall, maybe you could plant something in the grass that's like this tall that sucks up some of the
Oh,
nutrients.
I think I have an idea. What if there were these things called backyard drones that detected how tall the grass is growing, and each time it went above a certain level, it just went through the entire backyard by itself, like a Roomba, um,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't have to do anything. So it would just keep it at the same height.
Well, they
Well,
have Roomba lawnmowers, I think.
oh,
Yeah, I
They're
think I
not,
did see
they
that
don't
before.
fly,
Yeah.
but
right, but it'd be like an upside down drone type of thing. That with the rotors, it's cutting the grass. I don't
oh,
know.
I see.
Right.
Yeah.
Could have like some like a weed whacker string that like comes out and then just like and just whips it real quick. Have it in like different locations.
I actually have a theory that once the Tesla bots, like the home chore robots, come out, that we're gonna turn into the Flintstones, kind of like. Do you need a dishwashing machine when the robot can do it by hand? The robot can use a washing board and scrub the clothes by hand. People don't want to do it because it's exhausting and it takes forever. But maybe we
Oh,
don't need all these other machines. Like maybe you get a robot that can like spin the with his hand. He can spin the lawnmower wire like 100, 300 RPM.
Yeah.
Um, and so you don't need a weed whacker. You know, like it's like the robot being the guy in the Flintstones
huh.
who's like doing things himself.
So are you
This is getting
suggesting that?
progressively more expensive to start up. That's
I don't know. It
definitely
might,
difficult.
well, I guess if you needed a robot arm to go for the weed whacker example, but for the washing board thing, I think that would be cheaper to have a washing board and a robot that's like a looks like a person that's scrubbing the clothes on the washing board. Although I don't know if it ruins the clothes like practicality, like, but I don't know. That same principle applies, I think, for lots of things. Is that instead of going up in tech, we could go down in tech and just have the robot do everything in a manual labory sort of way.
But then you would need as many robots as many tasks. Then you're right.
No, the washing board robot could also do other things.
But then what if you need three things done, and then because right now you have a dishwasher, you have a lawnmower, and you can use them simultaneously with three people involved in the house. But then what if you need three things done at the same time, and then you're waiting for the
Yeah,
lawn to be mowed? Like
I mean, yeah, that might be an issue. I don't want to take over Norman's idea, but it's
yeah,
just um,
yeah. But yeah, having some kind of tech that can just bring the level down of the grass as soon as it detects it. I mean, we're just talking about a lawnmower at this point.
Yeah.
That's automated. That's
I had an idea. I don't remember if I did it for the podcast. I think I just did it as a stand-up comedy joke to like have your entire lawn on a platform, and as the grass gets taller, you just lower it a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
it's a silly concept, but if once the grass gets tall, it gets all blotchy and stuff, so it looked like shit. So it wouldn't really work. But it's just a silly
Yeah.
idea.
That would save a lot of time. Yeah.
Definitely. And outfits, shoes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think mowing the lawn is one of those annoying chores that's like nobody did it in ancient times and nobody's going to do it in future times. And it's going to be like they spent an hour every week doing what? Cutting
Yeah.
like all of the plants in like a quarter acre area every week just to make it look a little nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, the reward is having a nice backyard and being able to sit and enjoy. But
Yeah. No bugs, rats. Excuse me. You could have like some type of like cheesecloth tarp or something that you like stake into the ground at the corners and like manipulate it around your yard. Then if you have like a barbecue or a cookout or something, you just peel it back. Everything's good to go. That would probably kill it though. A lot of these ideas are going to result in brown grass, I feel like.
What if there's like special kinds of ants that you can just put in your backyard and they survive for the season when the grass is supposed to grow, and they eat it after a certain point, and then when the winter comes in, they just die. So the next season, you just put new ones in.
Like those fish that like eat the dead skin off your feet.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
There's like the rent a goat thing. There's some companies that have like they rent goats to maintain the grass around like the corporate building and stuff.
I've seen that before.
I'm not sure,
but not in person, but heard of it.
I'm not sure if it's like reliably sets the grass at a level like that would look good in a yard, but it might like be good enough like from a distance that it
But
looks,
imagine doing that in front of your neighbors and just lose
bringing
all
in a goat.
Yeah. No one's
Yeah, it's definitely a topic that is ripe for creativity. The whole finding an easier way to cut the lawn, for sure. Any shows or podcasts or social medias or anything else you want to promote?
Instagram is Rish here, RISHHEER. I am doing some mics within Grand Rapids, White Tortoise Age Society, and then I do a garage bar.
My Instagram is Norman Dwayne Comedy. In Ann Arbor in a couple weeks, I got Will Harvey's Hot Set comedy show where you eat a ghost pepper and do like 10 minutes. That'll be at Hearsay.
I have a Twitch channel called Gamey McFitness where I build video game controllers into fitness machines, and then I stream me playing video games while exercising.
This has been a production of Planet Ant Podcast, powered by Pinecast.